politicians are not giving up. They still want a balanced budget amendment. Any chance? And what is their plan? Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz joins us. He co-authored the Cut, Cap, and Balance Act. Have you given up on the Cut, Cap, and Balance?
No, absolutely not. I think it's the solution. I don't want a deal. I want a solution to the problem. And I think that Cut, Cap, and Balance actually does that. A balanced budget amendment is imperative.
So what are you willing to give on? Anything at all? Because, I mean, actually before...
A debt ceiling increase of $2.4 trillion. I never planned to do that.
So you're willing to do that?
Yeah, that's a huge sacrifice for somebody like myself. We're giving the president exactly what he wants. Now remember, February 2010, the president got a $1.9 trillion debt ceiling increase. What happened? We just spent $1.9 trillion, and here we are back doing the same thing again. I don't want to do that. So the sacrifice on my part is a $2.4 trillion debt ceiling increase.
All right. The Senator Reid's program doesn't have a balanced budget amendment. You agree with that? Okay. Senator Reid has sort of a saying that there'd be a vote on it, right?
Yeah.
You don't want that?
I want the Congress to actually vote for it. I think if the president actually got behind it, it would actually pass. And I would encourage Speaker Boehner, and I still hope that this week he will bring up a balanced budget amendment vote, because I think it's this close to actually passing.
Have you had any conversations with the Speaker about this?
Yeah.
When's the last time?
We met in his office last week when he agreed to bring this up, and we met with Congress in small groups. And I think he is bending over backwards to do everything he can possibly do. I mean, he is.
So you vote for his deal?
I couldn't.
So he's bent over. You say he's bent over backwards doing everything.
I really do think he's trying. I want to solve the problem, and I worry that some of the aspects of what he's proposing in his latest effort here don't actually solve the long-term problem. I don't support a commission. We have a bipartisan commission. It's called the United States House of Representatives and the United States Senate. We should be doing our jobs.
We had the Bull-Simpson Commission.
It didn't work.
Well, no, it didn't work. I mean, that's the conversation I was having with Congressman Andrews. Is that I think the problem is that the American people have seen a lot of failed efforts, failed ideas, and so a lot of the people who are now sort of holding the fire, it's only because there hasn't been a strong example of handling these issues.
I want Senator Reid to bring up Cut, Cap, and Balance and actually have a debate. And I want the press to go to the president and ask him, why are you opposed to a balanced budget amendment? You say you want to get to balance, but he's never issued anything.
He's against it.
Because I don't think he actually wants it. He proposed a budget. Remember, the budget never balanced under his budget. It doubled the debt. It went to the United States Senate. It lost 97-0. There wasn't even one Democrat that voted for that. And other than that, we've never seen something in writing from the president.
Why?
It's a total lack of leadership. If I could, I would fire the guy. If he was the CEO of my company and we were driving and he offered no plan, I would fire him in a minute.
What do you think he'd tell me as an explanation if he were here?
I don't know. This is the question that has not been answered. I find it to be a very balanced plan. A balanced budget amendment. It's going to take 7 to 10 years to go through the states. All I'm asking for, send it to the states for their approval. That's all I'm asking for. Just send it to them, and we'll give Mr. President what you want more than anything, $2.4 trillion debt ceiling increase, and deal with this in 2013.
Well, what about the entitlement problem?
It is a problem. I want tax reform. I want entitlement reform. 3, 4, 6 days. It's just not going to happen in such a short amount of time.
Oh, okay. Let's take taxes first. It's that the Bull-Simpson Commission. They said 3,300 earmarks. And they came up with a plan how to deal with that. That just got ignored.
It did. Right. We called it a House Republican budget that we put forward. We broaden the base, lower the rates, get rid of those loopholes. That's actually common ground. I hear the Democrats say that.
But as I recall, Paul Ryan, Wisconsin Republican, he voted against it. He was on the commission.
And that's why when we hear Speaker Boehner, with all due respect, wanting to put in another commission, which was the request, as I understand it, of Senator Reid, we've had 17 commissions, and look where we're at. It doesn't work. It hasn't. Why would we think the 18th time we would actually come up with a...
All right. So what is the structure you're getting from the House of Representatives in terms of whether you should be here this week or anything? I mean, tell me what kind of discussion.
Okay, until this gets solved. I think
that's what leadership says?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And there's nothing like a deadline to compel action. I think that actually the deadline is the best possible thing that can happen, because
I think that you think you're going to get your cut, cap, and balance with a deadline.
I hope so. That's what
No,
I'm
I know
fighting
you
for.
hope so, but I mean, like, you really think you're going to get that?
I don't know that any one person is going to get everything they want.
So what, I mean, I don't mean, to negotiate with me, I mean, it's like, but you're unwilling to give on that, so you're not going to get that, right? The balance, you're not going to get that.
I'm open to possibilities, but I want a solution, and to me, the balanced budget amendment is the single best thing to do.
Is there a plan B?
I haven't heard one. No, I want the balanced budget amendment. That's where I have said, look, we've done this. We passed it in the House. We've passed the biggest threshold there is, 234 votes, including 5 brave Democrats, in a bipartisan way, passed this. That's why I'm so optimistic. We have a solution. It's called cut, cap, and balance.
Well, if you're so, I mean, I don't know why you're very cheerful about it, very optimistic. You don't even get a vote in the Senate, and the president doesn't like it.
And the American people ought to be bombarding their senators saying, how come you don't even debate this? They won't even talk about it. They tabled it. Come on.
So I don't know how you be optimistic.
Tabled it. Seriously?
How can you possibly be optimistic?
There's no other solution. Greta, it is sunshine every day.
This is crazy. I mean, like, this is crazy because you're not even, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but you didn't even get a vote in the Senate, and you haven't got the president on board yet. You're optimistic.
I'm not ready to throw in the towel and go, this is the greatest country on the face of the planet. It's going to require some leadership and some guts. I want the president to tell the American people why he's opposed to a balanced budget amendment. He does a balanced budget amendment, it's over. He is the only one standing
for president if he did?
Heck no, absolutely. I just told you I'm going to fire him.
All right, anyway, nice to see you, Congressman.
Thanks.
Coming up, even the talk of default can be extremely harmful to our economy. How are the